It's June and we're gonna get healthy with no equipment needed. Let's go. All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. And that means that we're getting started with some arm circles. Oh my gosh, with high knees. And yeah, I totally bobbled on the very first one. Welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And you know what? One of the things that I feel really strongly about making peace with your menopausal body is truly making peace with the fact that sometimes my balance is not great. Sometimes my body does things that I don't expect it to do. Sometimes the workout goes amazingly well. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes all kinds of things happen, and it's all good on our way to getting healthy. Are you ready for this one today? I am so excited about a lot of things, but really specifically, I'm excited about this workout because it's one of my favorite kinds of workouts. I call this one like a kitchen sink workout, meaning that we're doing everything but the kitchen sink. Are you okay, Blossom? She just ate, so she's doing that weird noise thing that sometimes dogs do. Because you know what? Blossom is not a young dog anymore. Sometimes, here we go with some arm crossers and booty kickers. Sometimes she has some trouble making peace with her menopausal body too. You guys, here's what it looks like today. I've got the handy dandy gym bots here set for intervals of 45 seconds. None of those is rest, but it's totally okay because we've actually got a lot of really changing paces today. It is a no repeat kind of a day today. Once we are done with one exercise, we are done with it for the day. And probably won't come back to most of these tomorrow either. Hopefully. Because today, day 5 of June, means that we've only got 2 more days left in our 7-day series that is good for you to repeat for the entire month of June. And this one's just particularly good. We've got it all today. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome, oh my gosh, welcome to my home, welcome to Blossom, being Blossom, because that's just the way it goes sometimes. I've got cardio, I've got strength, I've got core work, I've got a little bit of balance, hopefully not too much because I'm already feeling it today. So we're going to take every single interval the way it comes to us. This is really truly my theory about working out, about how to make peace with your menopausal body. Some of these exercises are going to feel relatively easy, some of them are going to feel relatively difficult. They're all meant to be moderate, which means that you get to moderate the workout. Take the whole thing at a pace that works for you, because really, that's all about your mental health as well as your physical health. Let's go ahead and get moving with some middle skips. Middle skips are it's skipping, except that we're not jumping. There's absolutely no jumping today. There's no transitions to the ground. There's some things you don't want to do. There are some exercises in here that are really specifically, here's the thing that I thought about when I gave this the title of Get Healthy and Being Healthy. I thought of a couple of different things. Number one that I thought about is that, when you were a kid and your parents would feed you something you didn't want to eat, like broccoli or whatever, which I happen to love now, but you know how your parents would feed you something, they're like, this is healthy for you, and you're like, ooh, that's gross. There are some exercises that they're going to feel like broccoli when you were a kid. For example, this next one, when it beeps, we're doing something I call turn-in lunges. Now, here's the dealio. If you don't like to lunge, you don't really have to. You're going to have your feet as wide as you possibly can. You're going to turn in and bend one knee. If you don't want to, all you have to do is turn in. You're still getting all of the benefit, because truly the benefit here is in your hips and your thighs and your inner and outer thighs and your glutes, but you don't even have to lunge at all in order to get the benefit of this exercise here in your hip girdle, your hipular area. When it beeps again, we're gonna do something more fun than this. We're gonna do front punch side kicks, which is an exercise that is really good for my brain as well as my body, because I'm really gonna have to think hard about front punch with one hand, side kick with the other opposite leg. Now you could take this one at a bit of a cardio pace if you'd like to. Honestly, these are all meant to be moderate, meaning that you can take them at whatever pace you like. There are some that are definitely more cardio-ish and some that are more strengthy. For example, our next one, we're doing IYW and parade rest. That one is meant to be taken at a strength pace, really thinking about pulling in your core, thinking about where your body is in space and time. If you want to, I suppose you could take it at a cardio pace. Probably not going to get quite as much out of it, but if that works better for your shoulders, for your back, for where you are with your fitness, to go a little bit faster with it, totally okay with me. We're forming the letter I by having your hands overhead. We're forming the letter Y by having your hands out to the side. We're forming the letter W, by squeezing from those shoulder blades and then coming back into parade rest. Now, I happen to know that for lots of you with shoulder issues, that parade rest is particularly difficult. Skip it if you don't want to do it, my friends. There is nothing about being in pain that is helping you be healthy. The thing about being healthy is that, yes, sometimes we do things that we don't love, but we also really respect where our body is and what it can do right now. Coming up next, we're going to do twisting kicks. It's exactly what it sounds like. I did give myself a couple of gimmies. Like there's some, this is healthy for you kind of exercise, but there's also some, okay, this one's just fun. We're twisting and we're kicking. Like that's as easy as it gets. You can get your hands into it if you want to. You can bring your heart rate up a little bit. I mean, again, this is meant to be a very moderate, almost, I'm going to use the word mild for this one today. Doesn't mean that you're not going to feel it a little bit later or tomorrow. Some of these exercises, being healthy for you as they are toning you. This is cardio and toning with no weights in your hands that you might feel. Coming up next, we're doing pretzel jacks. Pretzel jacks, it's just a silly word. We're doing jumping jacks with our hands, even though there's absolutely no jumping today. And then 1 foot at a time is twisting, I say inwards as though it is going to reach like its opposite knee or thigh, something like that. I call this a pretzel a pretzel stretch. When I stretch like this, it's really good for your piriformis. If you can get your foot on top of your opposite knee and kind of lean down into it, such a nice stretch for your lower back and your glutes. But for right now, it's just a cardio move. When it moves again, we're doing triangles. That one is more strengthy. Triangles we very frequently do with weights in our hands. I really wanted to do it unweighted today so that you can really feel that move and how it works basically everything. Your shoulders, your abs, your obliques, your hips, your glutes, your inner and outer thigh. We're going to be standing in a pose that is almost unnaturally wide with your feet. One hand is going to go up overhead and face the ceiling. The other hand is going to roll down the side of your leg. Now your hip is jutting out while you are rolling down. And for me personally, because of my flexibility, I am curling forward slightly. This will depend on your flexibility, your mobility, where you can get to and where you feel it. I encourage you to not feel this in your lower back. I encourage you to feel this in your inner and outer thighs, in your abs and obliques and your hips. When it beeps again, we're going to do reverse lunge twists. Again, you don't have to lunge at all. Take a step back and twist into it. Much, much, much more about the twisting motion. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to reverse lunge and twist into the leg that is still forward. That way you are like kind of crunching and twisting into it. Oh my gosh, and it's really hard. This is really funny. I'm thinking about this. Like mentally, I'm so used to doing curtsy lunges. We do curtsy lunges so often, and I like curtsy lunges. Simply stepping back into a reverse lunge. Clearly you can see it's doing wonderful things for my balance, but also it just feels weird. It feels off balance to only step back. When it beeps again, I'm going to do something a little bit easier for myself. We're doing butter churns. Still got to think about this one. When your hands are up, your feet are down. When your hands are down, one foot is kicking out to the side. It's like you're pushing down on that dynamite or doing a little hoe down kind of a move. Your hands are going up and down right in front of you. One foot kicks out to the side at a time. This is definitely more of a cardio move, bringing that heart rate back up. Even though honestly, mine never really came all that far back down. That's the way this goes sometimes. When we're doing body weight strength, some of the exercises are difficult enough that my heart rate stays pretty elevated. When it beeps again, we're doing around the world kicks. And I'm going to talk to you about having a moderately elevated heart rate is so good for your health. You guys, here's the thing about being healthy. Here we go with around the world kicks. It just means that we're kicking forward, we're kicking to the side, and we're kicking out back, and then we're gonna alternate between them. Now here's the dealio. You don't wanna kick, just tap. It's totally okay. If your balance is like mine today, feel free to hang on to something or just tap your foot, like just tap forward, tap to the side, tap to the back. Nothing that we do one time is going to make or break your workout, unless of course you injure yourself. Please don't injure yourself. But anything else that you're doing is for your benefit, is for your health. Here's the thing about getting healthy. Two things about getting healthy. Number one, I don't love it as a goal. Here's my personal bias against saying things like getting healthy. We're gonna do punch down, tap outs now. We're punching down and tapping out. It's very simple, thank goodness. I'm glad this wasn't a complicated one since I started talking about how getting healthy, wait a second, not a great goal. Paula, what do you mean by that? Here's the only reason I say that getting healthy isn't a good goal. There's no finish line, or technically there is, but it's the finish line. You know, have you ever thought about that? Like getting healthy, there's no end to that. You're going to be healthy for the rest of your life until you're not. You guys, when it beeps again, I gotta think about this one. It is wrist twist, high knees. And yes, I have to say it that slowly. We're doing wrist twists, which means that you are twisting your wrist. While you're twisting forward, you're raising one high knee and then the other one. So forward and backwards on your wrist twists. Your hands are about shoulder height. Oh my gosh. Twisting wherever you can get to and raising one high knee at a time. Oh yes, I've upped the stakes on this. If you've seen wrist twists before, I'm making this a little bit more difficult, adding that high knee, thinking about a slightly cardio element to it. When it beeps again, we're doing something I call ski jumps. There's absolutely no jumping involved. Honestly, what it is we're gonna do, our hands are gonna be doing like a skiing motion, like with ski poles, as though we are trying to push off into a big ski jump. We're gonna come up on our tiptoes if you want to and if you can. You also don't have to if you don't. So we're coming down and then up onto your tiptoes. Hands come up overhead and then hands squeeze all the way back behind your hips. It's a little bit of a crouch, but not a full squat. I mean, this is definitely not a full squat. We're just pretending that we've got a great ski. This could even be cross-country skiing. Maybe I should call it that, since we're not actually jumping, and I don't want you to ever think that we've got jumping involved if we're not jumping. When it beeps again, we're doing cross-body crunches, which is a lot like what it sounds like. We're gonna have our hands up on our shoulders. Your elbows are gonna be facing forward. You're going to bring your opposite knee towards your opposite elbow. We're gonna crunch and meet that elbow and that knee right in the middle. So hands on your shoulders, elbows are actually gonna be out wide. I was thinking of a different exercise. Cross-body crunches means that our elbows are out wide, bringing our opposite elbow towards our opposite knee. Here's the other thing about being healthy though. Being healthy, I mean, aside from having no finish line, also doesn't really have like a starting line. Being healthy, getting healthy, is something that you can do every day in every way. It's not something that you do once and then you're done with it. When it beeps again, we're doing compass points, which means that our upper body, our torso, is going to point in 4 different directions. We're going to lean forward without pushing our hips back at all. So wherever your spine can take you, that your hips aren't taking you. Then we're going to bend to the side, like a side bend. Again, no hips involved in this at all. We're really thinking about wherever your spine can go and where your abs and obliques can recover from. The thing about getting healthy, my friends, is that it's not just about exercise. Getting healthy involves, it involves all 5 of the things that we do when we're losing weight. It involves eating the right number of calories. Whether you are losing weight or not, there's a right amount of energy for you and for your needs. When it beeps again, we're doing big arm side shuffles. I'm looking forward to that one. We're also drinking the right amount of water. Again, no matter if you are losing weight or not, there is a right amount of water for you. Here we go with big arm side shuffles. cycles. We are getting adequate sleep, which changes over time. However much sleep you are currently getting is how much sleep you are currently getting. It also involves exercising moderately every day, doing a little something, sometimes a lot of something. If you're not losing weight, you could absolutely have a push day every now and again and recovery days. Changing your intensity is totally fine. When you're losing weight, it's important to be moderate, but when you're not losing weight, when you are maintaining, you can kind of do whatever you want, frankly. When it begins again, we're doing letter Ks. Hands are going to be up overhead. You're going to reach out one hand and one foot to form the letter K on one side and not the letter K on the other side. And also, part of being healthy, my friends, the fifth thing is managing your mind. That is something that I have learned on my mindset journey that never ends. There's no starting place. There's no finishing place. There's always something to learn about yourself. There's always something to do to get healthy. There's always something to do to be healthy. My friends, this is a lifelong journey. This is not one workout, one time, or even if you do repeat this week for the rest of the month 4 times. When it beeps again, oh my gosh, we're doing side step bicycle signals. You know when I read it slowly that I'm thinking about what exactly that means. So bicycle signals means that we're going to have our elbows at a 90-degree angle, hands facing up as we step to the side. They'll face down, and then we'll put our feet together. Step to the other side, hands down, hands up. We're really thinking, oh my gosh, about doing all of this, but we're especially thinking about having your shoulder blades pulled together for this motion, keeping your elbows at shoulder height and twisting, rotating through the elbow to have your hands facing up and then your hands facing down. Really requires its own amount of coordination, plus the side step. Yeah, okay. When it beeps again, we're gonna do kicking punch-ups. That one I can do without thinking too hard, except that, oh, I wanna go across my body if I can. If you don't, it's totally okay. Don't stop in the middle of an exercise to like fix it. Do what you can. Your hands are right here at your shoulders. Your allegedly opposite hand and opposite foot are both kicking and punching up at the same time. Your foot is kicking. Your hand is punching, in case you didn't know. My friends, if it is your goal to get healthy, I have a suggestion for you because it's so amorphous, because there are things that you would do in order to lose weight or even not lose weight, to maintain your weight, just to be healthy. Really decide what it is you want out of your health. When it beeps again, we're doing low swinging heel digs, thank goodness, because my shoulders are feeling these last couple of exercises. Low swinging does not actually mean that your hands are going to be low, it just means that they don't go up over your head. So we're swinging your hands from side to side, and while your hands are swinging down low, you're going to have one foot with your heel digging forward at a time. Okay, I'm going to bring this down a little bit, making sure that it stays nice and moderate. When you know what you want from your fitness journey, you'll know when you get there. Because otherwise, if what you want is to be healthy, I mean, are you there? Are you ever going to be there? Technically speaking, and I mean this so nicely, there's kind of always something else you could do to be healthier. Healthy, not a finish line, not enough of a goal for your brain to really hang on to and know that you have done it. When it beeps again, we're doing sumo squats. Again, you do not have to squat at all. You are welcome to just have your feet nice and wide, and if you'd like to, pick up one foot at a time rather than squatting down. Either way that you do this, the whole hip complex, your inner and outer thighs, your glutes, all of it, all working loverlyly together. Totally made up that word. Pull in your core, making sure that you're thinking about where your body is in space and time to get the healthy benefits from this exercise. When it beeps again, whoo, doggies. We are so close to the end of my list here, you guys. We are doing half jacks. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're doing half of a jumping jack, but with absolutely no jumping. We're doing the right side and then the left side. And here we go. So what would you like from your health? For me personally, right now, this year, I mean, if you're watching this in real time in June of 2021, my husband and I made a resolution this year that we were going to go on 30 adventures together. Now, that covers a lot of ground. It means that, sometimes we're climbing mountains, sometimes we're going for a hike, sometimes we're just seeing something that we've never seen before. Generally speaking, it is outdoors and it involves being active in some way. When it beeps again, we're doing reverse ding-dongs, which means that your hands, once again, are swinging low from side to side, even though they can really get rocky. And while they are swinging one direction, your foot is going to kick out the other direction. So hands go this way, foot goes that way. Really have to think about this. When they're going the same way, the reason I call this ding-dongs is because it just reminds me of a bell ringing from side to side like a big clapper. This way, I don't even know what this reminds me of. It reminds me of a reverse bell. When it beeps again, I've got a final strength exercise for us called Good Mornings. We're going to have our hands behind our head or on your shoulders, wherever feels comfortable. The point of where your hands are, though, is that your elbows are out really, really wide the entire time. You're trying to keep your elbows in plane with your torso. That's how wide you'd like to get them. And then we're going to do a deadlift while our elbows are out that wide. Now, this is what makes it difficult. When your hands are out that wide, or your elbows rather are out that wide, it's really hard to hang on to your straight lower back. So you're probably not going to get quite as low as you frequently do with deadlifts. Really think about pulling your core in and making sure that your back is straight and that you are moving through the force of your glutes. That sounded so Star Wars to me. Sorry, I distracted myself. But pushing backwards with your hips and pulling forwards with your hips. You guys, when it beeps again, we are technically done, but we are not quite finished. I've got one other exercise for us. There she goes. Agatha was literally, my cat, my fluffy cat that you might be able to see here in just a couple of seconds if she gets in front of the camera, was just standing right in front of the whiteboard, and I had no idea what we were going to do, but now I know. We're doing an alternating front kick, side kick, really throwing ourselves out of balance here. So front kick, and then side kick, and then we get to put the foot down. Then we're doing front kick and side kick. On the other side, there's only one interval of this. There's nothing more to it. Basically, this is a built-in finisher because it is our just final interval of the day, of a no repeating day. Oh my gosh, where we have gotten it all done to really help your body be healthy. But as I've already mentioned, there are other things that we need to do to be and get and stay healthy. Making sure that you're eating the right amount of energy for you, whether you're losing weight, maintaining weight, or whatever it is that you're doing. Making sure, we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. Oh my gosh. Whew, let's tap this out and let's do some arm circles. Just nice and gentle, just to cool it down. Making sure that you're drinking an adequate amount of water, making sure that you're sleeping adequately, exercising moderately. Check that box for the day, my friends. And managing your mind about it all. In fact, here on screen, if you need a little bit of mind management, if you are losing weight, I've got the reminder for you of these 5 things that we do every single day in order to lose weight at 50 and beyond. Also, on the other side of the screen, I've got a really nice walking cool down for you. Let's go ahead and open it up. Doesn't that feel good? And then close it up. Give yourself a hug and a pat on your back. Oh my gosh, I got sweatier than I expected to with this one. I putting this on the whiteboard, I was like, this is gonna be pretty mild today, and yet my sweat would tell you otherwise. Thank you so much for working out with me today. You did such a good job. I'm always so proud of you on your way to getting, being, and staying healthy. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.